The internet has a funny way of deceiving you, and social media more specifically. And every time I post a video where I, quote unquote, get in my feelings or talk about mental health, in this case, somebody gets offended by it. They get upset by it. Like, why are you talking about this? You shouldn't talk about that. That's not something that people want to hear. However, for every one person who does that, and I tell you, every single time I do these videos, somebody's pissed off about it. For every one of those people, there's probably 3 people that reach out to me privately and thank me for creating a video like this, for talking about this topic, to even openly discuss these things, because a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people, and clearly they're afraid, because if I'm talking about it and getting heat for it, if you will, I'm sure other people would feel those same types of feelings or have those same types of experiences. It's not something that everybody talks about. It's not something that everybody wants to talk about. It's not a fun topic to talk about. However, it is real life. And that's why I talk about it, because the internet does deceive you, and social media makes everything or everybody look like they are living their best lives constantly. They are constantly living their best life. And I'm probably guilty of this somewhat myself as well, where I will share, the cool things that I do and the great things that are going on and all that fun stuff. And I obviously have this following of people who see all of these things. And I think there's a perception or misconception, I guess, whatever, however you want to word that. But that people similar to me, quote unquote influencers, which I hate that word so much, and I'm sorry for the motorcycles. Clearly we're outside, right? I'm trying to enjoy some sunlight and motorcycle sounds. If you're into that, I don't know, there you go. But anyway, there's this misconception that people like us who have followings and all this stuff are living their best lives, and we're so lucky and all of this fun stuff and blah blah blah. A lot of things come from that, right? And it's like anybody else who's famous, right? I'm not saying I'm famous, but people who are more famous, right? And have lots of money and do all the fun things all the time. And that's all you ever see. And you never see behind the scenes. You never see or hear about what's happening behind all that, sure, all that cool stuff could be helpful, and it's great. It's cool experiences. And that's what you always see. You always get to see just those brief glimpses of all of these cool things that people are doing. But as we've experienced and seen throughout the years of people who are very famous, who are no longer with us by their own choice, all of the money and all of the fame and all of the cool things that you can do with all of that money and fame might not ever bring you happiness. It might not ever bring you to a place where you're content. And that's why I share the stuff that I do, because I go through this and struggle with this every single day, where I question myself and I question everything that I'm doing, and I constantly feel like a failure. That's every day of my life. And I don't share that. I don't share that with anybody. But that's the real life that I deal with. And I feel like it's disingenuous for me to not share that, because if people want to look up to me for any reason whatsoever, right? Again, I've helped millions of people probably at this point, which I'm incredibly thankful for. And I don't want these millions of people to have some kind of false idea of who I am or what I go through, even though that you could look like I live the best life or whatever. I struggle every day, and it is incredibly difficult to keep it together all the time. I want to say sometimes, but all the time, maybe. I don't know why or how I'm still here. I've openly shared many videos like this before. Maybe not many videos. I have not shared enough videos like this. And I have not shared a lot of what I've gone through in the past few years. But it's I still struggle. And I think that's important to see. I'm struggling right now. That's why I'm making this video. It's like therapy for me. It's hard. Life is hard. It is. I don't have all the answers, you know? Like, I wish I could tell you that this video is going to be positive. I'm going to give you all the answers and the guidelines and this blueprint to make it all better. But, like, I don't want people to have, like, this false idea of whatever I am or whoever people like me are. Because there's so many people that you know who are going through, like, the same shit that you probably are, the same shit that I am, probably on completely different levels, who are so much worse, and maybe some are so much better, but they're still struggling. They're still having a hard time, and you would never know it. You would never see it, and they would never tell you about it because society has always made mental health like a shameful thing that you're not supposed to talk about. You're not supposed to acknowledge, discuss, or even admit that you have, you know, or deal with those struggles. And it's bullshit. Like, it's complete and utter bullshit, because we all deal with bullshit. Like, we all deal with shit that we shouldn't have to, first of all, right? Or that could be unfair. Like, we all struggle in some way, and we might not all like let people see that. Not everybody might see that. And I think it's important for more people to talk about this. I think it's important for more people to share and express that, hey, like, life isn't what it seems. And I would encourage you to share things like that. And also share any tips, advice, or an encouragement that you have. What's got you to your point in life? Like, how are you still here? What has been, you know, that like key factor, if you will, that has just kept you going? Like, I would love to know. I don't know, like, this could be like, and I'm not like encouraging this by any means or anything like that, because I don't want to be seen in any whatever way, okay? The thing that keeps me going is my kids. Like, not everybody can have kids, and I understand that, and not everybody wants kids, right? Like, but that's like the thing that, like, it still keeps me going, right? And if it's not like my kids, it's just like helping people. Plain and simple, like sharing stuff like this, sharing all the thousands of videos at this point that I've shared across the internet. I just want to help people. That's what keeps me going, I think. Because I don't, honestly, some days I question, like, what the fuck I'm doing. Quite frankly, even still with all of it, like, it's still a struggle. It's like, what keeps you going? How do you continue? Like, what advice do you have for people like me and people like you to keep being here? Genuinely curious, because this shit sucks. So this is real life. Like, I hope you understand that. Like, I'm just making this because I know it'll help somebody, and I genuinely hope it helps me. I really want to hear from you. So please take the time, leave a comment. If you say shitty things, that's fine too. I don't really care. Like, that's cool. I get it. You don't want to see this stuff. Some people do. And for the people who do want to see this and who do need this, please share. Like, you don't have to share this video. Just share your thoughts and comments. Because, yeah, we want to know what helps you. Thank you. Love y'all. Peace.